Hello, First Church. I want to update you on some things going on in the life of our church. Bishop Jimmy Nunn, Bishop of the Oklahoma area of the United Methodist Church, has directed that all Oklahoma United Methodist churches are to remain closed to in-person worship, and church offices are to remain closed until sometime after May 17th. First Church's Administrative Council met recently to discuss the bishop's pronouncement and to start planning for the future. Oklahoma City First Church will be abiding by the bishop's declaration and will not hold in-person worship until sometime after May 17th. We understand many churches across Oklahoma will be meeting in person this Sunday, but holding off for another 2 weeks will give us an opportunity to look closely at the number of new cases in Oklahoma City. Likewise, being in the center of the Oklahoma epidemic in downtown Oklahoma City, we feel caution is the best route to take at this time. We know, however, we will eventually open up to in-person worship and events, so we are beginning to make plans for when that occurs. Before we open our facility to worship and activities, we will thoroughly sanitize the facility with CDC-recommended cleaning products. We anticipate we will have the sanctuary sanitized with a special fogger each week for the remainder of this global pandemic. When we return to in-person worship, we will initially require all worshipers to wear masks and to practice social distancing to avoid spreading of the virus. We will have masks available to congregants who are not able to provide their own. We have begun the process of partitioning off sections of the sanctuary and examining traffic flow in order to help facilitate the greatest distance between worshipers. There will be other changes in the worship service regarding children's ministries, the offering, Holy Communion, and the greeting time in response to this virus. We will continue to offer worship online for the foreseeable future. We anticipate most of our congregation will join us online rather than in person when we initially begin meeting again. We encourage all who are in the high-risk category to only begin worshiping in person when you personally feel comfortable and safe enough to do so. Other ministries will also be impacted for the foreseeable future. We will not be sending our youth or our children to church camps this summer. We are postponing Vacation Bible School until further notice. We will not hold Friday Night Alive nor allow Monday Night Refuge Church to meet at our facility for the foreseeable future. The homeless population is a very high-risk population. Likewise, many of our volunteers are also in the high-risk category. We will continue our online Sunday school class, but we are postponing all in-person classes and meetings until later notice. We will be allowing a few outside groups to use our facility throughout the summer. However, we will not allow any overnight guests or outside groups engaging with high-risk populations, with children, or with youth. Finally, our first staff will continue to office from home until at least after May 17th. With the First Kids Daycare Center continuing to remain open and the close proximity to our church offices, we feel it is best to postpone opening our church offices until later notice. We anticipate our state will be dealing with this virus throughout the summer, likely even into next calendar year. So first, we will do everything we can to keep our congregants safe. Second, we will do everything we can to keep our vital ministries engaged and vibrant. With all of these changes and ongoing safety protocols, it can be easy to get discouraged and wonder what role the church can play in this season. I encourage you to take heart. Things are incredibly positive at Oklahoma City First Church. Our financial giving has been extraordinarily strong thanks to your generosity. Our online worship attendance has exceeded our in-person worship attendance before the virus outbreak occurred. We are beginning to focus on the essential ministries and programs for our church. narrowing our focus has intensified our passion and vision for our church and community. We believe greater things are in store for Oklahoma City First Church. We believe that God is doing a new thing, a new work, and with a refreshed presence of the Holy Spirit in our church. Psalm 127 has been speaking to me in the past few days, as it says, "Unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the guards stand watch in vain. In vain you rise early and stay up late, toiling for food to eat. For He grants sleep to those He loves." He loves Oklahoma City First Church. And the work of First Church is the Lord's work to do. We are indeed His willing laborers, but ultimately it is God's work. May the Lord do His work in us, through us, and with us. And may the Lord richly bless you during this season. God bless.